What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Too Many Opinions podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
All right, Jeannie. Before we get into it, do you have any stories?
All right. Only I get sick before vacation.
Bro, you poor thing. I looked at you and I was like, are you good?
I didn't even want to really tell her. I told her I was sick, but it could have been stomach sick, any kind of sick.
Right. I'm like,
as soon as she saw me, she's like, because last time for my birthday, I had COVID.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I didn't tell nobody.
Like, nope. Not, I'm like,
I didn't tell nobody. I said, but then the next week, everybody had COVID.
Yeah,
but it was my birthday, and fuck it.
What was it? It was a super spreader. It was a super spreader then. It was Jeannie's birthday, the super spreader.
That was so irresponsible, but
it was a good time and I wouldn't change a thing.
it was a good time.
So
this time around, I do not have COVID.
She tested, so thanks be to God. Your girl hates being sick. Coca-Cola sponsor us.
I'm sorry, because this is keeping me alive.
Amen. So my story is, I went to a birthday party last weekend, Abby's birthday party, and then
my God, that was a nightmare for me.
Shout out Abby, happy birthday. I left there at like 11:30. I had to run.
I'm sorry.
I can't even think.
If you guys don't want me to sound nasally as hell, which I already do,
it is what it is. But this is the
only thing I sniff.
That is a Vicks vapor stick, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so
camera 1, camera
2, camera 3. Thank you. And then I drove from Rhode Island to New York.
That same night?
That same night. I got there at 2:30 in the morning.
You be wildin'. This girl be wildin'.
That was crazy. I'm not going to lie. That was the craziest thing.
That was 2010 type shit.
I know, girl. I was fucking bugging, right? So I'm driving, whatever, cool. I get there. Everybody's already at the spot. So I go to the spot. I walk in. Everybody, it's New York. Everybody's already lit. It's like the party's just starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Girl, if you don't think that I fucking made up for all the time that I was driving, I was fucking boom, 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 having the time of my life. 4 o'clock comes. We literally end up in like 4 different spots back to back. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like,
Did you go to Queens?
Yeah.
Sarah loves
I love
Queens,
me some
bro.
Queens. I love that energy.
But you have your peoples there, so it makes sense.
It's good. I'll go out other places if people are there, in the
Bronx. Take me to the Bronx.
The boogie down. Girl, if you don't think I went to one of the food trucks outside, I go order. It's probably like 5 in the morning at this point. I order my food, All of a sudden, I'm walking. Mind you, I have the black boots on. I'm literally just in my own world. I'm eating. I take a step. I step in a fucking sewer drain. The whole fucking plate of food goes flying, bitch. All over the floor. I fucking boop. I fucking get back up. I'm like, oh, I go not even fucking 10 steps away from the truck, bitch. I go back to the truck. I'm like, I just dropped my food. Can you make me a new plate? They're like, that's not my problem.
Welcome to New York.
I was like, I literally just dropped it. I only got 2 bites. I was literally crying, bro. I was so hungry. I'm like, please, can I get a plate of food? And they're like, I don't know. I don't understand. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Some girls like, girl, it's okay. It's, this is New York, and that's just how they are. Don't sweat. I'm like, but I'm so hungry. I was crying.
Why is Sarah acting like she's homeless?
I was crying like I'm so hungry.
You didn't buy another one?
No, I didn't buy another. Fuck them. I wasn't buying another plate. I just paid $12 for this fucking plate of food that's in the middle of fucking Steinway.
I cannot. So you starved.
Girl, I fucking starved. And then I tried to go to McDonald's, and the McDonald's wouldn't fucking take our order. So I went to bed hungry.
Oh, hell fucking no. Dead ass, I would have just bought another plate. There's no way.
Girl.
I don't play about my hunger.
And it was like some halal food. Like, that shit was smacking.
You like that kind of food?
I never had it, but that was the only thing that I could see in front of me. I was so hungry. I was like, let me get a plate. Chicken.
I mean, I like certain things, but there's certain things.
It was like spicy rice. Like, I didn't, at that point, I was at that point in time where I was like, you'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Like, if I could have found a paticon, I would have ate the paticon from underneath the pillow. You remember that? You remember that? Like, that's what
I used to always save food under my pillow thinking I was going to make it. I'm going to take a tiny little nap and eat it when I wake up from my tiny little nap, and that shit would wake up. And the cheeseburger on the side of my face, like
that
insanity.
With Chris.
Yes, on my TikTok, girl. You be hungry when you're drunk too, and you're like, no, but I got this.
I'm
gonna take just this little nap, and when I wake up from 5 minutes, I'm gonna eat this. Yeah, right.
Girl.
You're out.
Girl, so yeah.
Oh, that sucks though.
I was so sad. I didn't get no food, but I grubbed the next day. But then,
hold on, come here. Oh, go like this, cause I'm sick.
Oh yeah.
It's a little There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, that fucking sucks. Yeah. People in New York are super rude, but we're rude too. It's just it's something that I just don't like. When I moved back from California, when I moved to California, I went to the 7-Eleven and the girl was like, and I'm like, I literally went like this. Who's she talking to?
I know she's not waiting.
I know she ain't talking to me. Like I was almost offended. Like, why are you saying hi to me? And why are you in such a good mood?
Like, ew.
Right? and then I was like, and she goes, and I'm like, hi.
I always think it's so awkward when people wave like this.
Right, that too, right? And so then I got used to everyone being friendly in California. Even like if you go to like McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, everybody, you get your food so hot and so joyous and so nice, right? And I was like, all right, I could get used to this. I moved back home. First place I go to is Walmart. Excuse me. Yes. And I'm like, yeah, welcome back home, bitch. You made it back to Rhode Island, to the East Coast. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to say hi. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Go about your business and don't ask me no goddamn
And
questions.
I was so happy with that rude car said, I'm home. I feel seen.
Oh, that's
but
great.
yeah, that's great.
So that was my story. But all right, so what are we really gonna get into for today?
Oh no, wait, I have a story.
Okay.
Real quick.
Tell
It's a
me.
work story.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say no names.
Coke sponsor us
For
right
real.
now.
But the entitlement.
Girl.
So tell me why I get this phone call and it's this lady calling for another lady.
Okay.
This lady, I don't know, she must have been in her 50s, 60s, I don't know. But the lady she's calling for is in her 70s.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, oh, she's being mistreated at work, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I'm concerned. I'm writing things down. Like, okay, let's see how we can help her. Have her call us. And she's like, okay, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of, the background. And she's telling me a little bit. I'm not going to expose all the story. But there was a point that she goes, and one time they're so rude to her that one time she had diarrhea and she pooped on the toilet seat. And oh my God, she starts crying. And I'm like, oh my God. In my head, I'm like, oh my God, did they like make her sniff it, eat it? Like, and
Well,
I'm like, what's going on? They made her clean it. And in my head, I'm like, am I missing something?
Like, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
And who else is supposed to clean your poop?
Yo, diarrhea. You're number 3.
If you got poop on the toilet seat, who else is supposed to clean it?
And you didn't look at the toilet seat before you got up, girl? I don't care what age you are. You don't look at the toilet seat after?
Literally, I was just baffled. I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell am I like being pranked?
And then what did she say after? Like,
no, I made it seem like it was like, I was like,
deal.
oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to refer this to like the higher ups.
Dito, because she was 70. I can't wipe my own ass.
I'm going to move on from this topic because I don't want to get in trouble. But I was just baffled at the entitlement of people. One thing is if she's like incapacitated and I get it.
Right.
Whatever. But the fact that you were crying about your own poop is wild to me. But anyway, okay, we're going to get into the topic today. What's the
topic?
The topic is step parents and rules. And I think that I'm not a step parent, but I feel like I can speak about what I would do or, things of the nature. You're a parent, so you could enlighten me on certain things. So yeah, we're going to get into it. And yeah, let's start. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Okay, I'm going to start with, I saw a lot of comments on our last video saying that, oh, well, that's if the other parent's mature. Oh, that's if the other parent wants to. Parents are not mature nowadays. That doesn't happen, yada, yada, yada. I feel like when a parent, let's say you and your ex-partner, you now have a boyfriend, let's just say, right? Yeah. And he's your ex-partner is giving you a hard time. I feel like the only way a person's giving you a hard time is if they still have feelings for you.
Right. Which I agree. And that can happen, right?
Absolutely.
But they also need to understand. And I feel like as long as the communication has happened, like I know, because I feel like at the end of the day, like no matter what, for most people, there's always love for the other child. Like that's the father.
The other child's parent.
Yeah. Like that's the father or that's the mother of your child. Like you're always going to have some sort of love for them, even if the relationship didn't work, even if that. But obviously there are situations where it could be abuse. It could be that where there's like, no, I don't love them at all. Which, okay, yeah, we understand that. But for the most part, you would think that there's love for them. And the conversation needs to be had between both partners. Like, look, I know that, we love each other. We made a beautiful child, but the relationship didn't serve us. This wasn't for us. Let's go ahead and move on. Once that level of communication happens, even though it may bother them, each partner, whether it be the father or the mother, they need to chalk it up. Like, that's just what it is. You need to chalk it up. Like, okay, the relationship didn't work. They don't want to be with you, whatever the case may be. Like, let's move on. Let's get into it and let's stop the drama. Because when there's drama between parents, in my opinion, it 100% affects the child.
Absolutely. So, but I feel most, because I see it a lot where like, oh, my baby mother's a B, or oh, my baby daddy's an A, an ass, and this, that, and the third. And then they'll be like, oh, I don't care about them no more. Yeah, you do. If you're giving your partner, your ex-partner, a hard time on meeting the new girlfriend or anything, it's because you still have feelings for them. At least admit that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they won't. They'll be like, no, I don't feel anything. I just don't want to. Like, no, girl.
Like, we know.
Oh, no, boy.
We
know you still got feelings. We know that.
And it's like, what do you do in that kind of situation? Like, okay, they still have feelings. Like, you're going to feel some type of way. But wouldn't you rather be in a situation where you get to know or have a conversation, even if you don't want to be friendly with that person, but you know who your child's going to be around? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's so important to me. I want to just know who's around my child. Like, okay, everybody's like, oh, well, that's a new stepmommy. They can babysit, they can that. Like, yeah, okay, that's all funny and cute. But what if they don't treat your child right?
Right.
What if they're verbally aggressive towards your child? What if they're mean to your child?
Yeah.
I can tell you firsthand that if I was ever in a predicament where someone was not being nice to my child, like, I'm not going to let it slide, and it's not going to be okay.
It's going to be a problem.
And havoc is going to be fucking raised across the board. I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely.
And I don't play when it comes to my son. So if anyone was to be in his life, I definitely need to meet them and make sure that
absolutely. I also feel too good. Like, if you're giving your ex-partner a hard time, you really don't, and the ex-partner doesn't want to be with you, you really don't care about your child and your child's well-being.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, if I don't want to be with you and I'm miserable around you, and you know that I now have moved on and I want to co-parent amicably, and I'm giving you the respect to meet my new so-and-so, you should just let me be. Now you're going to give me a hard time and you're going to take me to court and now, like, it's only because you still have feelings. Bro, get over it.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. When you had the chance to fix it or have it work out, you didn't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So now we're here. So now you're going to have to accept it and sleep in the bed you made.
Right. And I feel like that also happens a lot with women, because women.
That too. I see it a lot in women.
Women are mad that men move on in other relationships. And I can understand where women get mad when men move on in relationships, especially when that woman comes with children of her own.
I'm gonna get to that. Ooh.
And then they are more present in.
Ooh, I'm gonna get to that.
Because they're not even step parents at that point in the boyfriend, because everybody has different rules and regulations on what they do or how they bring their children around people, whatever the case may be. But they're more present in these other kids' lives than their own, because maybe there's a parenting agreement or whatever. And it's like, it breaks my heart for those kind of situations, because you have a child who needs you, whether it be a father or a mother. Like, you have a child who needs you. So it's like, stop letting your own personal feelings interfere with the relationship that your child has with one parent or the other. And I'm so thankful that I'm not in that position. Like, right. My son's father can literally call me and be like, oh, I have time, and if I'm free, he'll come get our son, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or right. I can make an appointment on this to go do this, and we'll both be there, and it'll be amicable, and it's like, we're going to have a good time for our son.
Absolutely.
Nothing more than that. And it's sad when those kinds of things can't happen, because the child pays. They never see, like, the family together. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to do things as a family, right, with boundaries, in my opinion. Like, yeah. You don't always have to be separated.
So that was kind of like my point down here, where it says, how are you okay? So this goes to the step parent, mom or dad, whatever. How are you okay with a dad that takes care of your kids but don't take care of his own?
That's so weird to me. That is so weird to me. Like, I would not. Think about it, right? You're in this predicament. How is it that you're okay, that you know he's a deadbeat, but it's taking care of your kids and you're okay with that? Like, to me, you're considered, you might as well be a deadbeat too. Because that's disgusting. I can never be with a guy that's taking care of my kids, but don't take care of his first, or put his first before mine. Isn't that mind-blowing?
What?
Like, why would you even want to be with somebody who's not a good parent? Like, for me, when I'm looking at a potential partner and they have kids, right? Because obviously I'm dating. And if they're not an active parent in their child's life, you are completely not an option for me. Right. You're not an option. Like, what, bro? You're one of the bros. Like, you are not.
Absolutely.
You're not making it past the finish line. Are you crazy?
Like, to me, that's, and I see it all the time. Like, oh, he takes care of my kids. Girl.
You're a weirdo.
Why didn't you pick a baby daddy good enough to take care of your own kids? So that your man don't got to take care of your kids too.
Right.
So I see, like, if it's like a dad that has his kids, takes care of his kids.
Right.
And is also taking care of the home because now he's involved and he's a step parent. That's totally fine. That's amazing. You're an amazing man. But if you're a deadbeat to your kids and you're taking care of mine just to be with me, or your whole being, the whole couple, the whole relationship, throw it away.
Throw it away. And I think that what happens is that people go and worry about their own feelings versus the future of their child and how it impacts them. So it's like, okay, I'm happy, and who cares on who else is impacted because I'm happy at this moment. And it's like, when you become a parent, your happiness is your child's happiness.
Absolutely. They come first.
Don't get me wrong. Like, as a person, you need your own time. You need to be happy. You need moments where you do things alone, where you have your me time so we can stay sane or whatever the case may be. But your child comes first. And including that is the relationship with the other parent. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I'm so against forcing a parent to be a parent. Like, I cannot stand that either. A parent who is not actively present in their child's life. Like, you got to force them. Like, oh, come get your son or come get your daughter. Like, that's so weird to me.
It's weird, but I think it's messed up. You decided to force yourself once you had sex with me and gave me a child. You forced that. I mean, obviously you didn't force the sex. I'm just saying you forced yourself to be a parent at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you knew what the options were when you shot up the club.
That's what I don't understand. Like, why is it that I have to go like chasing you when we went half on this?
Right.
I hate that moms. I see it all the time with a lot of my friends. Like, moms have the total responsibility over their children, and the dads can just go about their day. It's just not like they just nothing.
It's normal. It's so funny that you say that because I just saw a clip on TikTok where it was a woman who's from Massachusetts, New Bedford. She's going through a divorce. And she describes it as parent A and parent B. Parent A is the parent who packs the sleepover bag, who packs the lunch, makes sure they checks the temperature, that they have the right clothing, they have the right sneakers, and they have the medicine, yada, yada, yada. They have everything.
Homework, cooking, cleaning.
They have everything ready for parent B. And parent B just comes, picks up.
If they come and pick up. If they come and pick up.
If they come, pick up, have the Disneyland experience, and then when the weekend's over, come drop off your kid, and then back to parent A where it's real life.
And sometimes they don't even want to drop them off. Sometimes they expect you to pick them up too.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like, it's baffling.
Like, what?
It's baffling.
It is really mind-blowing to me that...
we went half on this human being. And how is it that I'm 100% responsible for them?
It is crazy. And when they say 50-50...
It's never 50-50.
It's never 50-50.
It's never 50-50 from the moment I got pregnant because we didn't 50-50 give birth. I did. We didn't 50-50 ruin our bodies. I did.
Yep.
We didn't 50-50 almost die. I did.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's never 50-50.
How do you feel about men saying we're pregnant?
If I like that if they are constantly with me by my side. Every single time I'm throwing up in the toilet, they're right there. Any little craving I have, they're right there. Like, it's almost as if, like, they see no other option but, like, anything my girl needs for me to make them comfortable and we're in this shit together. Yeah, say we're pregnant. But if you're living your life and I'm here sick by myself and you're still going to club at nights while I'm throwing up and going through it, I'm pregnant. You ain't doing shit.
My girl's pregnant. My wife's pregnant.
Right, but if he's present and he's fulfilling my every need, basically like carrying me through the whole, like, you know, then yeah, well, I'm pregnant because he's right there with me. Right. Obviously, he's not pregnant, but he's like making me comfortable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my friend just had a baby, and her baby daddy was, girl, if this man can pick her up from like any little, he had her like this.
Oh my God, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
though.
It was always like, hey, babe, watch out with the crack, or babe, don't watch out with the corner of the, watch out with, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's so beautiful.
He got the right to say shout out to Randy and Haley. He has the right.
That's so
absolutely,
good.
absolutely. So yeah,
I love that.
Okay. So my next point is this. This is a question: should you be dating a man that has kids if you can't handle it? Absolutely the fuck not. There's women that, I'm sorry because I asked you the question and I answered. But there's women that literally like want to be first before the child's. They're kids. They're women's. Their son. Wait, I can't even talk to guys. I have a cold, but you know what I mean. There's women that want to be first before
the children.
Yes,
before the children
that are not hers, mind you.
Correct. And they don't want to be a part of the child's life. They don't want to be associated. They don't want to help raise. They don't want to be involved. They don't want to.
They don't like kids. They don't want nothing to do with the kids.
Okay, so now we're not going to talk about this girl. We're going to talk to the parent, whether that be a man or a woman in the relationship with this person who has a partner that doesn't want to be present in their child's life.
Ooh, that's even better.
They're not the partner for you.
No.
Okay? They're not the partner for you because they're not going to love your child. If they can't grow love for your child, knowing that you have a little human depending on you and they rather come first before them, that's not the partner for you.
Absolutely not. But they don't think about that. They just think of the, you know what, first. Oh, well, this girl looks good, so.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
Which is, bro, I just don't understand how people think.